What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bleachers and Boards here on the Hoopheads Podcast Network. Here with my co-host, Marlon Gill. What's going on, Coach?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain, man. Looking forward to another great episode. We've been, I think, I'll give us a shout. I think we've been doing a good job recruiting some pretty good guests, and I think today we did it again. Got another great guest on the platform today, so definitely looking forward to this. Coach Brandon Chappell, Lamar University. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Man, you guys have it. Definitely shout out to you guys, man. Y'all been doing a great job. I'm an early fan of your podcast, and I'm just going to try to keep it rolling, man. So, had some good guests on here. I hope I don't mess it up.
No, absolutely not. That's not going to happen. No, you're going to, be an even better guest, the best so far. So, looking forward to this one. Right, Mark?
No doubt about it, man. And I'm going to get it started early, man. So, B and I, we've been talking for a while, and this conversation kind of came up, or however you want to say it, man. We were talking about Eddie Murphy, and we happen to be talking about Coming to America, and they supposedly working on Coming to America 2. I don't know how you outdo the first one.
And that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
Some things you don't touch, but it was so good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, what's the continuation? Like, Eddie came to America. He found his bride. Is he gonna own a stake in McDowell's? Like, what?
Wait, you know what? But in Eddie Murphy fashion, like, he's the type. And I think, man, we talked about it too as well. He always putting somebody on. Mm-hmm. So I can see it going in the direction of, he's older now, almost like how his pops was. Mm-hmm. And it may be a different story to carry on. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. It's such an OG classic. And then it's in y'all neighborhood, neck of the woods. You know what I mean?
Sure. Like I said, it always comes back to Queens. It always comes back to Queens. It always comes back to Queens. The story that I heard, I don't know how true it is it saying, I don't, please don't quote me on this audience, but what the story I saw was that it's something about he apparently the first marriage didn't work out, but they had a son. And so now he's going back to America to reunite with his son. And then there's some other dynamics going on or something like that. Now, I could be wrong, but I think, or maybe they might take the story in another direction, but that's what I heard. But, supposedly they got everybody coming back. They got Arsenio, they got John Amos, they got James Earl Jones. They got everybody back to take part. So that should be really good. Well, should be. I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, but how many characters he gonna do? I mean,
that's a good question. That's a good question.
The cats in the barbershop.
Barbershop.
Right there,
barbershop.
They don't need no makeup.
Yeah. If anybody could pull it off, though, it's him, man.
Nah, man.
He still has it. Like I just saw the other day that he won an Emmy for his performance on Saturday Night Live when he came back, and that was an example of he's so unbelievable when he did it back in the day. So it's like, okay, can he do it again? And I'm not going to say it was to that level, but he definitely delivered where it was, it was good. Yeah. It was good. So if anybody could pull it off, it's him.
Yeah, man. It was long overdue too. It's kind of one of them things, he needed that, man.
Yeah. So now you're an Eddie Murphy fan. So what's your favorite Eddie Murphy movie?
Hold on. Before we do that though. So man, I'm just going to piggyback. There's something you said is like really, I ain't gonna say it's irking me, but I have.
Here we go.
So, supposedly, this sequel the premise of it is, it didn't work out with Lisa.
Allegedly.
How does it not work out with Lisa? Lisa is fine, and I'm starting to think it might be Lisa, because if it didn't work out with him, and in real life it worked out with. So,
it didn't work out with Daryl either from Soul Glow.
Lisa
I was a little upset. I was a little upset that it didn't work out with Lisa, but Lisa might be the damn problem.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm not touching that.
yeah.
I could be, like I said, I could be wrong. That's just something I read.
I hope you are, because I loved Lisa. And Lisa, if you hear this, I was a big fan of your Sherry Headley. I follow you on Twitter. I follow you on Instagram.
You're gonna have to tag her when this episode comes out. See what she thinks.
I thought she was great in everything she's done. So I hope that's not true. I hope that there's a different premise, but
at least if she shows up some kind of way. Like,
yeah, I think she is. I think I heard she is in it. Yeah.
Because she has to. She was too clutch and key in the movie. Not to at least, something.
Yeah.
That's man. Yeah. All right. But hey, back to Eddie. I loved him in Coming to America. You know, if Coming to America, I know it too. He's gonna do well. Saturday Night Live. I didn't really get a chance to see Eddie Murphy in Saturday Night Live when I was younger. When he came back, it was great. I didn't really get the significance of it just because of my age, but where I did get to feel the significance of Eddie Murphy was in Boomerang. As my guy Loon would say, young Marcus.
Marcus.
Classic,
man. And it's been coming on TV a lot lately.
It has been. Yep.
Well, I just skim and kind of see it, man. But that's definitely a classic, man, for a lot of different levels, man. Me and my boys used to laugh and talk about that, man. Just it's so many. For one, there's so many stars in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Lots of quotables too.
Right.
Lots of quotable lines in that one.
Yeah, it is, man.
But now, Brandon, you spoke about Eddie Murphy putting guys on, or putting people on, guys and women alike. In that movie, it was so many. Like, who would you say was somebody that you saw in Boomerang that Eddie put on that their career flourished? Because there's a lot. But
Halle Berry, period.
Yeah.
but like I think Halle was in some other stuff, but that movie was so cold with obviously Robin Givens and what's her name, Leela Rashad and I think that was her name. But like Halle, as good as she is, as great as she is, she was the underdog and low key in the movie. How do you pull that off?
Robin Givens.
Shoot, Chris Rock was in that movie.
Chris Rock. Martin, low key in there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the great rest in peace, John Witherspoon.
Yes, sir.
Pops, man. That's a classic movie, man. It's funny, man. Me and my boys, when it come to that movie, man, we laugh about a couple things because one thing comes up, and my boy loves talking about this. It's funny. Every time I think about Boomerang, he's like, man, was Eddie Murphy wrong for catching feelings in the movie? Or was he wrong for catching feelings in the movie? And it's like, he wanted the world, whatever. Robin Givens got him. Then he has Halle Berry and he goes back. It's all the back and forth. But my boy Art, he loves talking about that. If he was on here right now, he'll be like, Matt Marlon, look, keep it real. And you don't know what direction he going in, what he about to talk about. You can talk about politics, basketball. He like, you think Eddie Murphy was wrong for catching feelings in that movie? Come on. Wait, what? but no, man, that's classic, man. But you got a lot of classics though.
Nah, we've all been there. Boomerang, definitely. For me, I like to watch that around Thanksgiving time, just because of the scene when Pops comes over with Mom, and he comes and he takes his coat off, and it's the polka dot or
mushrooms.
Yes, mushroom.
Because it's something that we all can relate to.
Oh yeah.
We all had that one family member that it's like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
killing it.
This time, what you wearing this time?
Hey, but you know why it's important? You got to coordinate.
Got to coordinate.
Coordinate. Coordinate.
That's a class, and that's a line that stood the test of time. Like, you know what I mean? So now, anytime you talking about getting dressed or whatever, it's coordinate. Like,
You got to coordinate.
It's in the lexicon now.
Fact. What did he tell? I forgot. David Allen Greer's guy. He said, "Did you know your dad had a mushroom belt?"
Gerard.
Yeah, Gerard.
You know your dad had a mushroom belt. Yes.
Oh man.
No, and poor Gerard, because Halle Berry was with Gerard first.
Right.
They were supposed to be the love interest, but David or Gerard, we're gonna call him Gerard. He didn't coordinate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
He
didn't coordinate.
That's deep right there, my boy. You flipped that right there.
Yeah, he coordinated right. So, but that's some good stuff. But before we get into this basketball talk, Brandon, now you being down in that Texas area, man, it's been a lot of hip hop influence down there. And before we came on the air, you actually spoke about the way DJ Screw was important just for Texas as a whole. Now for Matt and I, us being up this way in the Northeast, we had just heard of the name DJ Screw before he passed. But you talk about the importance of DJ Screw to not only Texas hip hop, but to hip hop in general.
Yeah, man. Well, it's like I can speak first for down here in Texas. DJ Screw, it was back, cassettes, man, and maybe I'm showing my age a little bit, but cassettes.
You right with us? It's okay.
Yeah, CDs, and all that, and DJ Screw, man, would take whatever song it is. So whatever, it could be a Jay-Z track or whoever it is. And all he does is he screws it up, slows it down, and then chops it up. Like, so they say screwed and chopped out here.
Chopped and screwed.
Yeah, chopped and all it does was it started off with him making, a classic track, whatever's on the radio. And it's like, man, when Screw gonna chop it though? Like, everybody's waiting for that. And then it went from that to even influences now with you think about Drake and other people that add that in their music, man, and have it where it's almost like, I know even with Screw, it made it where tracks will go long and long, where it's like, yeah, you have the first 3 minutes can be this track, and then the next 3 minutes you come up with a different whole pace. And just his influence on that was major. And especially for us out here, man, you talk about when it made national news with like Mike Jones and Slim Thug and Paul Wall, like true Houston, Texas cats that get down like that and made the national news. But all those guys was influenced by DJ Screw, putting them on, giving them a platform,
Nah,
So
for sure. And you touched on Mike Jones. He was ringing bells up here, especially when he gave that number. I'm not gonna lie, I called to see if it was real. It wasn't, but hey, I called anyway. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I was just saying, Mike Jones, and they had that track, Still Tipping or whatever. That's like a nationally known song, but it's people like from out here, like, I'm from Beaumont and Golden Triangle, Port Arthur and all that, but like UGK, Pimp C, Bun B, those guys, man, that's our culture down here. You know what I mean? And with UGK, when they made Big Pimpin' with Jay-Z, now they went to a national level. You know what I mean? So, man, it's a lot of culture down here with that.
Yeah, I could even take it a step further. And speaking of Boomerang, Martin Lawrence. So earlier today, I was watching an old episode of Martin, and it was the episode where Bushwick Bill came on. And so you talk about Houston, Houston area, and I'm not gonna lie, people get on me about my New York stuff, but I knew all the lyrics to My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me when that came out. It didn't matter where you were when that came out. That's a hip hop song. Doesn't I didn't care where they were from. That was an official. And if you were into hip hop, you had to know. If you didn't know all the lyrics, at the very least, you had to know all the lyrics to Bushwick Bill's part.
Right.
That's mandatory.
Right.
Mandatory. And every time you see Halloween, first thought that comes in your mind, this year Halloween fell on a weekend. So that's a, so I give Houston their props because that Ghetto Boys from down that way, right?
Say it again.
Ghetto Boys from down that way, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
right there in H, man.
Yeah. So I give Houston, Texas their props because that's a certified hip hop classic, no doubt about it.
That's respect right there, especially coming from you guys where y'all from. Hey, y'all know y'all are the hardest critics.
Listen, Yo MTV Raps when that came on, that's you right there with that. That's mandatory right there. Right. That is a certified classic.
Because the delivery, man, everything's just a little slower, man. But you can hear the lyrics, you can hear the thought process, you can really break it down. And it's like, man, it's relatable to anybody.
Beat was great. That's a 5 mic right there.
I'm gonna pose this question to you, B. You going Bun B or Scarface?
Whew. I mean, Face lyrically. But that's tough. I gotta roll with Face.
Face mob.
And it's just because of I got a couple of my friends, man, a huge fan, and of course Bun, UGK, man, just dropping knowledge and always speaking real talk, man. But when it comes like lyrically and breaking things down, I think I gotta roll with Face. But as far as like the culture, everything, man, I'm gonna straight be political on this answer, man. Can't go wrong with either one, man. Especially I'm 409. I don't want to, you know what I mean? But
I agree with you, and I think for us, like you said, us being Northeast guys, we were always tough critics. But what got Face over obviously was, Mom playing tricks on me. We saw that video or heard that on the radio, right? And I think for us, hearing him on a record with Jay-Z and him holding his own,
true.
Yeah, we gotta go listen to him some more, right? So that made me go get The Fix. Then it kind of did the same thing for me with Bun B as well. Let's think about Big Pimpin'. Okay, who are these UGK dudes? Like, okay, I see them in the source, but I skip their story because I don't know them.
Right.
And then you start to hear Bun B on more records, and then Trill comes out, and I'm like, I gotta go get some UGK albums. Let me just listen to and it's like, they not bad. Matter of fact, they pretty good. Let me keep listening. So it's a toss-up for me as well. You can't go wrong with either one.
Can't go wrong, but like with you guys, like you say lyrically, and that's why Face first came to mind. Just I break, but Bun's so big in the culture out here, man. He got a couple verses that are just legendary out here. But then also, man, people don't know much about Pimp C, man, and Pimp C laid his hat on just keeping it. I'm talking. They say keep it trill. He kept it all the way, all the time. Didn't care what you thought. He stuck on, hey, I'm going to say what it is. And just like that, I'm going to say what it is. And that's what it's going to be. And, we talk about the culture of everything and everybody, like you hear Trill now, man. And that came from them.
Yeah, nah. Well, hey, it's always good to get this talk going. And, obviously, what we like to do here on Bleachers and Boards, we like to combine, the hip-hop culture, with the basketball talk. And, we spoke about Eddie Murphy and Boomerang, and that one line that Pops hit us with the mushrooms, you got to coordinate. So, for you guys at Lamar, having a good coach and Coach Price, you guys do a good job of coordinating and getting, your player development stuff right, your scouting stuff right. Talk a little bit about what it is you can share with our listeners and our viewers today.
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate that. And even coordinate, if Coach Price was sitting here right now, he'll be over there coordinating. Man, I'm lucky, man. I'm truly, truly blessed to work for, it's funny now because everybody, say the OG that Coach Price is, man. He is really, truly unbelievable. Obviously, Marlon, me and you got connected through his son, Ryan, who's one of my good friends, my brother. And he even helped me even get this situation here, man. But the knowledge, the daily wisdom that I don't even know I'm getting. We sit at lunch and he's just talking. And even when, rest in peace, Coach Thompson just passed away, like Coach is telling real stories of how he was as a leader at Georgetown. And Coach Price was the young and upcoming coach, and how he pulled him to the side and put him on game. Him, guys, Nolan Richardson and guys like that. And before I get into it, even with this player development stuff, Coach Price, what he really does over here is he slows it down and he tries to make it as simple as possible for the guys. He don't want to complicate things, and that's not saying we don't dive into it and have different layers of stuff, but the truth is, man, he really wants players to be players and tries to put them in the best position, man. I'm going on year 4 with him now, and I can honestly say my first year, I was like, wait, Coach, maybe we should – Coach. And now I'm like, shoot, OG, you got it, man. I'm whatever you need, because it's a method to everything he does. Everything he does is intentional. So even when we go into this player development deal, one thing I kind of want to share and appreciate you guys allowing me to do it is, and it kind of helped us as far as, it's always game to game, especially when you're in conference. You face guys multiple times. You can see a team 3 times, who knows, maybe even 4 times if you play in a tournament, this and that. So what are the little things you're going to do in order to improve? And one thing we do here, man, we obviously break down the game film, watch it as a team, see what we can do, but then we find key players and key things that truly hurt us, and then we concentrate on that. So kind of in this clips that I have here, kind of go a different direction if you guys don't mind. Should I share my screen now?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
Okay.
Looking forward to watching.
Got you. Let me get this out. Okay. So real quick, can you guys see that?
Yep.
So, for example, this is Avery Sullivan, who's a 5-man for us, who did a great job for us last year. Looking forward to him having a good senior year this year. We played McNeese State. We played them actually senior night, so the last regular season game of the conference. And then we turned right back around and played them in the first round of the conference tournament. So you guys know how that is, man. It's literally, we played them on Saturday for senior night. Then we turned right back around and played them, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday that next week. So this is something we kind of did for them going into that game. They know our plays. We know them. They know the tendencies. What are the little things we're going to do? And here, Avery Sullivan, let me bring this down a little bit so I can read it. Okay. So the first game, we thought he did a poor job of his post position, right? And he was going against a transfer from UMass who's at McNeese Kennedy, got Defensive Player of the Year, 6'9", athletic. I mean, unbelievable force as far as defensive rebounds. He was big time. He didn't create enough space between him and that defender, so he got the better of him. We want him to take advantage of his elbow shots, and then he must understand the areas to improve. We all know how that is. And then expand his mental and physical toughness. And then most importantly, and one of the best things Coach Price does, he instills full confidence in guys. Like, he wants shooters to shoot. He wants guys that run the floor. So one thing he really did, I thought he did a great job, especially with Avery, pumping confidence back in him as he was getting ready to come into this game. So we'll show Avery this, and then we'll break down a couple films for him. So I'll go back and forth between, let's call this game 1, and then game 2 is a conference tournament game. So that's Avery. Can y'all see my mouse right here?
Yep.
Okay. That's Avery right there, number 5, and that's Kennedy right there who got Defensive Player of the Year in our league. So whatever, transition basket, we're just running our regular break. Again, Coach, we keep it pretty simple as far as, hey, ball right here, we got post feet staggered away just to get this isolation for him, right? Avery did a good job of putting him on his back, but you see the position that he's in right here. We all know we want our guys to get close to this block. So that's one problem. Coach, he's in the film room, and Coach, it's no secrets with the guys. He calls a guy out straight up and just lets it be known he's holding people accountable. He's like, Avery, he pushed you all the way out to the LU, man. he's already got the advantage. So now we have the actions going on here. You see, he takes a crab dribble. It's no space in between. Now, this guy's 6'9", extremely athletic.
Right.
Now he's pushing him up the lane, pump faking. He's back on his heels, and this is coach breaking it down as well as Coach Dumars, his position coach. And now, again, defensive player of the year, he's straight up. He's back on his heel. No separation in between. Can he make that shot? Yes. But for him, it was unbalanced. Came off, right? Let's fast forward now to the conference tournament a couple of days later. After this breakdown film, coach getting in him. Okay, maybe a little better position, but now he's thinking, hey, I went back, I didn't create space, and he's thinking this. Boom. Gave him that little nudge, a little hook right there, which he went out and worked on the floor with. Just enough time. Again, shot blocker, great contest, honestly, great defense, but Avery's in his rhythm. Bam. Going right in for it, right? Let's go back to game one. Our point guard made a great play for Avery. Come on, man. We all hoopers in here. Look at this space in between. Mm-hmm. Avery can make this shot, and we're fully confident in him making that shot. Frustrated throughout the game. Senior night for his boys. Who knows? He doesn't take the shot. Instead, he tries to force, make something happen. Lost the possession.
Right.
Again, coach is instilling confidence. We're breaking things down. Fast forward that next Wednesday, he already has his feet set. He's already watched the film. He works on his shot every day. It's a no hesitation, catch and shoot jump.
Right.
Now, yeah, that's an easy play, whatever, but it kind of carries over with how we do with development, showing him the spots that he passed up. Let's go ahead here. A little ghost screen, slips it real quick. Oh, he gets the ball here. He's thinking about this guy as soon as he gets it, right? Let me run this back a little bit. Look at him full motion. His happy feet. He already moving. He's spinning, pump faking, fading. And again, we're breaking it down to him in clips, showing him take your time. This guy goes for fakes. Just take your time, use your body. Here, again, quick spin, but now he's taking his time, using it around the basket. So all in all, senior night, got into him, 8 points, 2 for 11, 5 rebounds. Let's flip it a couple days later when it really matters. 19 points, 50% from the field, and was more active on the rebound. So obviously it worked in our favor. Magnesia a great team, but this is like the mindset behind the scenes that people don't see. With him coming in, getting separation with the bag, getting his hooks up, looking at his spots. And I thought Coach did a great job of breaking that down and getting Avery confidence to go out there and bounce back and have a meaningful game.
Good stuff.
Appreciate you. How much time I got? Because I got a defensive clip, too, if y'all want to see it.
Yeah, we can talk.
Yeah.
Y'all sure?
I do have one question, though. So this situation ended up being you guys played them on senior night, and then you had to, turn back around and play them. When you're doing this breakdown, are you doing it from like opponent to like opponent, or are you doing, say, if you play a game on Wednesday, are you doing this, hey, guys come in on Thursday, you're showing them all the things, the same kind of breakdown that you do for leading up to, say, Saturday's game, or is it more so for the same opponent?
This is mostly for the same opponent when you go up against them the second time, and then we'll have another edit with the team as well, like first time around, this what happened, But still, let's just say, like we won that game on Wednesday, and we go into the game. We were supposed to play Nicholls State before all this COVID stuff happened. The game got canceled. But we still piggyback and take this game. Hey, Avery, remember, you were effective. You were getting separation with your shoulder. You were taking advantage of those open shots. Let's carry that over so we don't have to go 2 steps back.
Gotcha.
So defensively, we do the same thing. So in this game, and this is where it kind of comes to the team aspect, but obviously it's player development for everybody and improvement. And this was exactly for our guards. So we brought our guards in, we show them clips and break it down and show how this guy hurt us. and it's the kind of the same deals where this was one of the best shooters in the conference and in the country. Led them in 3-point field goal percentage, but attached and chased the shooter, which we didn't do the first time. Give one option for his route, stay down, high hand closeout, basic stuff, but we're just trying to emphasize it, beat it into him, let them know, hey, this is what we need to do if we have a chance to win this game. So, again, senior night game, this is actually our second time playing them, but, senior night here, that's him on the baseline down here, and this is our defender, Davion Buster. He's cutting screens, but he's allowing this guy to be free. You know how it is. Guys, when they're free, he's comfortable right now. And we're letting them know, hey, I get it. You're cutting the screens. Were you there on the shot? Yeah. Were your hands down? Yes. But most importantly, he didn't feel you. And let me bring this back in. Again, you guys know the deal. I'm just kind of – I'm actually right here. I'm missing the game. I'm back in game mode like he's in front of me right now. So y'all –
Yes. It's been a while.
Huh?
It's been a while. It's time to get back out there.
Yeah, but it's some therapy for me right now. But he's comfortable. Look at him. So, yeah, he's a big-time shooter. He gets his feet set. It's gone. It's bucket. Right? Let's go conference game. And it's like, Davion, he has to feel you the entire time. I don't care what it is. Make him a driver. I want contact. He has to feel him. And coach is digging into him. Boom, he's chasing him, right? And he's working his butt off. I don't care. You want him to know he's footsteps. He's thinking about you the entire time. Missed shot. Was that the reason he missed it? I'm not sure. But he's chasing, doing what we say. Here, we mentioned one route. Before, when he was cutting the screens, he was able to pick and be comfortable whichever way he go. We're like, no, sir. You were sending him one way. I don't care. He sent him that way. Again, footsteps. He's uncomfortable. Hand up in the shot.
And you know what? I don't mean to cut you off, Brandon, but the thing that's what you see from clip 1 to clip 2 is that paying attention to the detail that you guys put in place. And, our viewers will be able to see this on our YouTube page, that those chases that your guy's doing, he's feeling them. The shooter feels him on every possession. So you see the difference in how important it is to pay attention to the detail of what it is you guys are looking for to give yourself a chance to win the game.
Yeah, it literally, especially when you're in a dogfight. Let's just think about Boston and Miami. I mean, yeah, they blew them out in the fourth quarter, game 6. But let's think about those first couple of games. It came down to possessions. Mm-hmm. And when it comes down to details, and we try to tell our guys, it's coming down to a possession. We don't know whether it's a turnover, whatever the case. And I know you guys probably relay the same message. And we just try to – I think this player development deal that we started doing just makes them focus on ways to improve it. And then guess what? If it doesn't work, it's on us. But if you don't do it, it's on you. So here's another clip. We kind of put another defender on us because at this point, his first half, I think he already has like 15 points. All right. We put a taller guy on him, kind of distract him a little bit. But again, he's cutting screens, again, giving them routes. They do a good job setting screens, jumping at them. Boom, that's 18 first half points right there. And yeah, you're working hard, you're cutting through screens, but he's floating. Mm-hmm. And you need to stay down, stay your feet. Now, attention to detail. Quick second there. Same guy guarding him. He sprints to the corner. Instead of jumping like a madman, high hand closeout, evades his airspace a little bit. It still hit back rim, big time shooter, but at least he's doing what we want. Last clip here, transition. You see here, now we know this guy's a shooter. It's all in the scout report. He obviously has the ball stopped. He just lost concentration right here. You have a guy that bust our butt. We talked about it at halftime. But you're getting caught up in the moment. We got 2 guys guarding this guy. You allow him to flow. Now you're spinning, turning. And you know how these guys are. Coach, I jumped. I contest. Come on now. Mm-hmm. Coach Price is calling these guys out. Hold on. Hey, run that back real quick. You know how it is. No. You said you contest. I want you to see it. You're spinning around. You have no idea where this guy's at. bucket, right? These guys are seeing that. I love this clip because it's a broken play. Keep an eye on number 3 right here. You see him? Let me move this. Number 3. Again, we have to know where that shooter is at all times. It's a broken play. He says, forget all of this. He sprints all the way, stays down, high hand closeout, and he can make that.
Oof. You got the hash mark.
He shoot. I mean, he's a problem for real. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna run this play back real quick just because of the concentration from hearing us. We should never not know where he's at. I don't care what's going on. You find him, and number 3 right here does that. It was one of the highlights of our after game film sessions. Sprints all the way, chops the steps, stays there, makes it a little uncomfortable for him. So now we flip it again. Senior night game, 38 minutes, 22 points, 5 for 12. Second game, 2 points, 1 for 9, 0 for 6.
You'll take that. You'll take that conference tournament stat.
Conference tournament when it matters, whether it helped or not, but we reward these guys afterwards. We talk to them about it, and you know how this thing is, man. You break it down for them, and then you also show them what they did right. So we'll show the plays that kind of showed just what I showed you guys, and now they like just getting them to believe in us a little bit more, and it's a back and forth deal. Thought it helped us towards the end of the year, man. We were feeling good till COVID hit, man. We thought we was hitting a good stride, and we were feeling good.
Can I ask now, when you do that, is it something that you show the whole team so everybody knows, okay, this is what, you know, this other guy's responsibilities are going to be, or is the responsibility, you know, say like all the guards, like, okay, at some point you're going to be guarding this kid, so this is what you need to do, and just talk to them about it? Or is it something everybody on the team knows, you know, whether it's the help guys or the big guys to know, okay, I know this is how the guy's going to be guarding? How's that conversation go?
Right. Great question. So, for one, it's like I kind of mentioned earlier, Coach Price is no secrets. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows everybody, and that's from in the film room, even on the court. So we'll watch as a team and show how, you know, Coach is explaining it, breaking it down. Hey, you know, now that we're footsteps bigs, you may have to show a little, you know, and we're going over that in the scout report outside. But this kind of, Coach Price does a great job of allowing us, you know, to have those relationships with guys. We'll go from the film room and still showing guys certain clips of how we didn't guard right. But then we'll bring them in individually and just focus on it a little bit more, and, you know, or send them a quick clip, you know, where it's a 2-3 minute meeting, either before practice, after practice, in the hotel, after pregame, just reminding them, just trying to give it to them over and over again. So like that last play with number 3, you know, if he ain't do anything else, he remembered, if it's a loose ball, if it's transition, I need to find number 1. And it was a loose ball. It was scrambled. He bust his butt. And I'm talking after that play, I think something happened, went to a timeout. We jumped up and like, hey, big dog, that's how you win a championship. That's how you do it. You know what I mean? So Great question, though. We bring it both sides.
Now, I'll ask you this. With everything we now have technology-wise as coaches, you know, obviously you meet with your guys, you meet with your team for X amount of time. Do you guys use any programs in particular that you may just send a clip to a guy's phone? Are you guys into that? How does that work for you?
Well, Coach Price, we keep it simple. So that was obviously from Synergy that created into a QuickTime clip, and I'll do the same thing. I'll send that, literally that same edit. Hey, check this out. And, you know, they're in the hotel room conference tournament. Hey, you ain't got nothing else to do but watch that over and over again. And so we just use, you know, we're Fast Scout and Synergy, and we try to put in some extra work, try to be creative. Coach Price does a good job of allowing us to be creative and think of other ways to help guys improve. So that's all we really do.
Yeah, and think about how big that is. Just trying to find ways to be creative. You know, today's players are different from 2 years ago, 5 years ago, let alone 15 years ago. You know, so finding that creative balance to keep them engaged is huge. What would be some other things that you guys do to keep them engaged?
Man, it as simple as it sounded, I'm gonna keep using that word. I don't want to be redundant, but really just that individual relationship. Like, so where they can pull in and understand this is what it's about, where coach, guys will come in for academic meeting, and I'm sure you guys do this well. Hey, for the first 10 minutes, we're not even talking basketball.
Right, right.
Man, how your mom doing, man? Like, hey, did your little sister graduate? And little stuff like that. And from what I've seen, my short career and even being in here with Coach, man, they know you locked in, which is genuine and true. They can, hey, man, look, hey, man, you really need to lock in on this, man. Like, this is what happened. You got to really be able to do this if we have a chance. That's just to give us a chance. They're a tough team, whatever the case may be. We also do some stuff on the court, different challenges. We have different boards in the locker room where, as simple as getting guys to shot charts for the rest of who put up this amount of shots, and it's, coach is a big accountability guy. It's like, hey, man, you can come up here on this board and lie and say you did 50. That's something you got to look in the mirror about. You're going to let your brothers and us think you did it when you ain't do it. Just try to always keeping guys accountable and kind of flipping it a little bit. Not guilt tripping, but like, hey, man, we just going to keep it at 100, man. It's, hey, bottom line. Bottom line. Did we win? Did we lose? Did you get it done? Did you not? Did you pass it? Did you fail the test? It's try to eliminate the excuses because, like you said, this younger generation, and we not even younger generation, everybody doesn't mind dabbling in a little excuse here and there. And Coach Price really leads us as far as what's the bottom line? Get all the spending, this and that. How much money you got in your account? Like, get all that. So I don't know if that answered the question, but
no, yeah, it did. It did for sure. Man, I think you had a question before I interrupt. I'm sorry, man.
No, I just had a question about do you guys incorporate numbers into it? So as far as not necessarily advanced stats or analytics, if you do, speak on that. But as far as that breakdown of, I showed you, on the
percentages.
The percentages you showed certain things, but do you get into I think you guys do a great job of breaking it down as far as from the film, like, okay, separation on, and your duck-ins and, when you go to make a move where you ended up, different things like that. But do you ever bring it to some numbers as far as, okay, this is what we were able to do individually as a team in this game, and let's compare it to where we need to go for this next game?
Great question. And I'll be completely transparent and honest when it's convenient. I'll be all the way real. If a player, man, coach ain't let me play my game, man. He ain't let me take these shots. Say, dog, you're shooting 22% from the three-point line. Like, forget what you want coach to do. Like, this is just, me talking. Coach has allowed you to shoot 43s. You made 8 of them, dog. Yeah, you can't shoot them right now until you prove you can make them. But at the same time, you know how it is. We can have, outbeat them in transition baskets or whatever the case, but we turned it over this amount of time. So coach really doesn't focus in on too much of the analytics, but I'll be real. When it's convenient, we all over that. Hey, man, look, in transition, man, y'all scoring 60% of the time. We don't need to run no sets, or, so it's a little bit of that. But we do like the analytics. Mm-hmm. We have another coach on here that loves analytics. So that sometimes it gets tuned out, but sometimes it's convenient. Like, oh, damn, I didn't know after the media timeout, the 8-minute mark in the second half, we're being outscored 38-14, or whatever the case may be. It's convenient sometimes, but we don't necessarily focus on it every time.
Okay. Got you. Now, that was big, and the way you broke it down was phenomenal. Now, I'm going to pose this to you. What would be the player development adjustment guarding Brandon Chappell? Because I've seen the video, and Matt, he's not going to say this because he's going to be modest. Bezo, that's the nickname out there in the streets. Bezos, that's when you know it's real. He can shoot that thing crazy.
That's what I heard.
I heard. So
I would probably been the dude from Magnesia. I don't want no contact. And it's funny you say that because how I even developed a relationship with Coach Price and Ryan, because when I'm here at Lamar, Coach was at McNeese State, and Ryan and those guys, and I see how Coach is now that working with him. It's all about being physical and aggressive, and I can't even lie. And that's why me and Ryan are so tight today, because, man, we battled on the court. Like, I'm talking, it's chucking, and I ain't want no contact, man. I want to just shoot it, man, and be free like that. But look, I ain't gonna lie. You put a body on me, you run me off that line, I don't know what's gonna happen.
You wanted to just like, you want them big dogs on the box screening for you, so you can come off and get your feet set and let that thing go.
That's it, man. And then, now, I'm not going up and down or anything, but, I'll get out and spot shoot with the guys sometimes. So any clips that you've seen now is literally spot shooting. I got 10 seconds to get my shot off. Let me take my time. No quick releases anymore, nothing, man.
Yeah, well, you know what? I saw a drill, and if you don't mind describing it, I think you had to shoot at 7 spots.
Oh, gotcha.
You had to make 3 in a row to move on. And
it's 2 in a row.
Okay.
Yeah, not cutting you off. It's man, I got that drill from a trainer in Houston. He worked with some of our guys, and I just seen him out and about, and I saw him do it one time. And it's basically a deal where it's at the end of a individual or when the legs are a little tired, and basically you have 7 spots on the court: corner, deep wing, the slot or the middle third, top of the key, and then also on the other side equals 7 spots. And you have to make 2 in a row to move to the next spot. But the key is you only get 3 total misses. So, I did it one time and put it out there, and shoot, it took me about 10 times, and I was just the one that got right. But you can make 2 in a row, boom, go to the next spot, make 2 in a row. You keep moving on, you get to the 3rd spot, make 1, miss 1. That's 1 miss. And then now you try to get 2 in a row again. You pick up where you left off. I miss again. That's 2 misses. Now you have those 4 other spots, which is 8 makes. You got to make 8 in a row to beat it. So all it's doing is putting, and we preach to the guys, and I'm sure a lot of other programs do it as well, put pressure on yourself in practice all the time. So then when it's time for the game, you've done it a million times. And so sometimes I'll challenge the guards, hey, guys, you only got 3 chances to go at this, and then we're done for the day. Right. So guys will try it, get there close, miss. Then on the 3rd time, put the balls up. You done. Try again tomorrow. And so kind of put some pressure on them, or, hey, if you don't get it this time, you got a suicide. We done for the day. So it's, I guess that kind of goes back to what you were saying about the creativity. That's some of the things we do to just kind of mentally try to prepare them outside of, just to, practice is tough. Game plan is tough. These kids got a lot going on. Just try to break it down for them so you have a little fun with it, I guess. Mm-hmm. Challenges.
Kind of goes back to that word. You got to coordinate.
You did it already once. You did it again, man. You right, though. You got to coordinate it all, man. Is that a mushroom? He got a mushroom bell.
Yes.
Yes.
He has seen enough. You've seen that too many times.
Oh, that's too funny, man.
Yeah, man. Nah, hey, you know what? B, before we close it out, man, that was some good stuff. And I know our listeners and our viewers, are going to pick up something from that they can use to bring back to their team. And, that's what this platform was for, man, to, have everybody come on here and, just sharpen your saw. We all bring a little something different to the game of basketball. And, we just wanted to pay it forward and watching what it is that you guys do at Lamar, was something that caught our attention. And that's why we wanted to have you on.
And I appreciate that.
This was great. Hopefully, you enjoyed yourself, man. And, love to have you come back on once the season gets going, if you have some time, and, come do it with us again.
Man, I truly appreciate it, man. And especially the best thing about these Zooms, and I've been seeing y'all doing, y'all been getting some heat. Y'all had Ronnie Hamilton on the other day, want to come down to the South a little bit. And I appreciate you coming a little bit more over out here to Texas, man. But even bringing that up with Ronnie Hamilton, man. I even watching that, some of the stuff they do in their secondary, man. I love that action where you with the 1 and the 4, and then you come back for a middle ball screen. I mean that.
Yeah.
Y'all are doing a great job, man, and not only just letting people know, man, it's different levels of it as far as personality and different levals on the board. But shoot, I learned watching that as well, man. And shoot, y'all talking about that cooker, man. I gotta come down when y'all play. I want to eat too. Y'all had me hungry. I mess around, watch that before lunch, man. Y'all had me hungry.
You know what's crazy? Since that episode, Matt and Ronnie, we're all on the group chat now. They are texting each other pictures of what it is they're cooking.
That's dope, man.
They're talking about how you need the special woods to burn to get better flavor. And I don't know any of that stuff.
Hey,
we're sharing the game.
Come down here.
Yeah, that's what Coach said. He said he spent some time down in Texas and got picked up some tips. So yeah, but it's just like everything, man. We're trying to share the game. That's all it is. We're trying to share the game.
Yeah.
No, this was great, and I really appreciate this, Coach, because it definitely gives a different. I don't say a different slant, but a different angle, a different way of doing player development, right? Not just, okay, let's get in the gym, get some shots up, let's do this. Like, it puts an actual focus on something specific. Okay, this is how we were in one game. This is the results. Okay, let's cater the development we're going to work on to address anything or enhance what we're trying to do in this game. And it puts a fine tune on it, not just abstract of, okay, like, let's get in the gym and get better. And I think it, is really organized. It's, it's meaningful. Obviously, it's impactful with the examples that you gave. And obviously, Coach Price just being, a legend in the game and just doing it successfully for a lot of different years is just showing that, not only what he's done in his career so far, but also you said this is something new that you implemented. So it also shows that he's willing to not just stick with the things that he's been doing for a long time. He's willing to implement new things as long as it's, going to help his team get better. And that's awesome to see.
Man, that's dope. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, he's big on trust and loyalty, and none of that would have happened if he didn't trust us here in this coaching staff. And I mean, he's great, man. I can't say enough, man. But again, I appreciate you guys and looking forward to staying connected. And I'm a fan, man. I'm looking forward to seeing the next guest that you guys bring on. And whenever y'all need me, man, let me know.
I appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate it. And, Matt, you can close us out, man, and do what it is you do.
All right. Now, thanks again to Coach Chappell. Another great episodes of Bleachers and Boards here on the Hoop Heads Podcast Network. And look forward to seeing everyone again soon. Take care.